Hello.
Hi.
It's great to see you
It's
again.
good to see you as well.
Alrighty. So how have you been feeling since our first meeting?
I've been doing good. I've been implementing kind of some of the things we talked about last time, and
That's good.
I think for the most part it's working.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. So the main point of today's meeting, we're going to be filling out a professional service agreement. And you can kind of think of it as a contract between us. And we're going to be figuring out some of your prioritized goals, some main concerns, we talked about last time, and how we're going to achieve those goals.
Okay.
So, the first time we met up, some of your target concerns, were fatigue, loss of motivation, social withdrawal on the weekends, especially with your family. And we talked about kind of your wife not being happy with that.
Yes.
Is she still feeling that way for the most part?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. So, let me write this down, our professional agreement. Fatigue, loss of motivation, family issues on weekends. Okay. So I know last time we talked about time management being, something you wanted to focus on. Is that something you still want to work on?
Yeah, because I think that is kind of the root of everything that's going
Time
on.
management, okay. Okay. We also for sure want to work on that fatigue.
Yes.
Because when you're tired, that affects everything else. Alrighty. So, construction going on.
Sorry.
Alrighty, so fatigue. We want to work on time management. And another goal, we could work on that social engagement with the family. We want to try to increase that on the weekends.
Yeah, most definitely. Kind of separate work from home,
Right. Alrighty. So some of the techniques we can use to work on those goals definitely would be, time management strategies. We can kind of just work more around that work-life balance, help you prioritize family time, and activities while managing your job, your pretty demanding job. We could also work on some stress management techniques, because you mentioned last time there's a lot of stress revolving around your job. Some of this relaxation and mindfulness techniques, deep breathing exercises, maybe some yoga, meditation if you're interested in that thing. Does that sound okay? Some of those interventions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Time management techniques, stress management. Another one that, is optional is a family therapy. If your wife is interested, that would be, kind of the last resort.
Yeah, I think maybe if it comes to that, she would be open to doing something like that.
Okay.
But I kind of want to test out our options just in this one-on-one,
Of
these
course.
one-on-one sessions before I kind of get them involved with the kids. I don't want them to be subjected to this kind of environment.
Of course. Yeah, we'll definitely try all those other techniques before, we resort to that kind of thing. section on our contract is the persons involved and roles. So obviously, you and I are involved. Write this down. Elliot Evans, the client, myself. And so there are some conditions for revising the goal. So let's say if you were to show little to no progress in reducing your fatigue and increasing time management skills, let's say after 6 weeks of intervention, we can go back to those goals, revise those a little to assess whether, you know, any additional interventions are needed, like the therapy, family therapy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. So, time frames. Let's say about 12 weeks is
Mhm.
going to be the expected time frame to achieve some of our goals we've talked about. Let's do 12 weeks to start with. And frequency of sessions. Based on your schedule, I know, yeah, you're a little busy.
Mm-hmm.
Ideally, it would be weekly, but again, you know, we've got to be flexible for you. So we can talk about that a little more. If you need to do every other week, you know, once a month, we can talk about that. Whatever is best for you.
Okay.
And of course, the duration of each session is going to be about an hour. And again, total number of sessions, about 12. Right. Let me write that down. So some ways we're going to monitor your progress. Biggest one is going to be self-report. So you're going to be, you know, responsible tracking your fatigue, your moods, your social engagement levels. You're going to write that down just in a journal, whatever, and bring that back to me every session so we can kind of keep track of that. You know, I'll be observing you behaviorally. I'll assess, you know, your participation in the social activities on the weekends with your family and your ability to manage your stress during the weekdays. Another one, if your wife is willing to, you know, kind of provide some feedback about any changes she notices during the weekends with your family. And then your progress will be formally reviewed at the end of weeks 4, 8, and 12 to evaluate goal achievement and determine if any modifications are needed.
Okay.
And then, so some of the service fees we need to talk about, of course. I'm going to do about $100 per session, and we can talk about if, you know, we need to change that at all. Payment method, card or credit, you know, I'm not too worried about that, cash, whatever. And payment will be taken after each session. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
And if payment is not received, future sessions will be canceled until that payment is made. And cancellation policy, at least 24 hours notice must be provided for cancellations. If the session is canceled with less than 24 hours notice, a cancellation fee of $50 will be charged. Changing sessions, if a session needs to be rescheduled, Elliot should provide at least 48 hours notice to accommodate a new time. Okay, does that sound good? Alrighty. I just have to go through that. I know it's kind of,
I get it.
Alright. And then last thing, as a social worker, I'm required by law to report any suspicion of child abuse, elder abuse, or harm to self or others, and these reports will be made to the appropriate authorities immediately.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
That's my spiel. And let's see. So I'm gonna have you sign this real quick. Just type out your name. It's fine. There we go.
Do I do it in the box or just kind of where?
Just under is fine. Anywhere. I can fix it if I need to. Perfect. And then I will go ahead and sign it as well. All right. So again, yeah, we're gonna work on those goals. You're gonna practice this.
You can cut that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also kind of wanted to discuss kind of with these sessions, would I be able to kind of take the feedback of my coworkers as well, like with
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's a great
with
idea.
them, because as much as I do want to, help all this out with my family, I also want to make sure that my work isn't affected. So I kind of want to take their feedback as well to make sure that they're not noticing any difference in like my work or anything like that with all these new techniques we're practicing.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Of course. Yeah, we can add that to the contract as well. But overall, yeah, I think these are some really good goals, and we're gonna work on that together, of course. And that'll be all for today, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. It was great to see you again.
Good to see you as